Hi, I'm Michael, also with Swazoma for NHL94.com. Welcome to a sold-out stream. Tonight's game features matchups including Evan, that's the owner of NHL94.com, Segathon, Byong, Buckle Peanut, Beavish, Tess, Limpin, plus I think we'll have a live game between T-Bubs, T-Dubs, and Charlesworth. I've got some pre-recorded games from last night that Halifax and I put together. The first one here is between Segathon and Byong. So here we go.
All right. Well, we're in a second round series between Segathon and B Young. Segathon is from Minnesota, and B Young is from British Columbia in Canada. And you're going to see today a Chicago versus Hartford Whalers matchup for this series. B Young is using the Whalers. Segathon is using the Chicago Blackhawks. And we're going to get some line changes here. Looks like he put in Terry Yake and switched, put him on the right wing. Segathon putting in Rutu, which is expected, and Cam Russell. What do you think about that change?
It's a weight bug change.
Cam Russell is from my home part of the country in Halifax. He grew up there. He used to coach the Halifax Mooseheads. He was the GM when they won the Memorial Cup back in 2013. So maybe he's doing this to give a shout out to me. I don't know. I don't even know if Segathon even knew that. But all right, well, here we are. This is game 3. So the first 2 games that they played in the series, B Young won 5-3, Segathon won 6-2. In game 2. So we are in the third game. That's what we're showing you right here. And the winner will go on to advance to play Angry Jay in the next round. And some might say go on to lose to Angry Jay in the next round. But I guess we'll see it right off the bat. We get a goal. Ronick gets that one, and it looked like the defenseman had put it in on his own net. It's one of those ones that you hate to see because it's just the momentum of the guy carrying his way into the net, and it just knocked it in. So 1-0 early here on for Segathon, and he gets a second one right off the bat there. 3:35 and with 3:35 left in the first period, Ronick's already got 2 goals all in this game. Okay, so here we are. Segathon again at 3-0. Wow, look at this. 3 goals in the first minute and a half. He is starting to run away with this. This is amazing. And we were going to see what Byong can do to see if he can come back in this game with the Whalers. But right now, things are not looking good. This looks like quite a bit of a mismatch. And if you're not, if you don't know Segathon really well, a super great guy. He runs an NHL95 community. He's very good at NHL 95, and he runs a tournament. It's called the Segathon Tournament, which he runs in Minnesota and does that every year. And he decided to participate in this, even though he's not a 94 guy, but just wanted to do it for charity. So thanks for doing that. All right, here's Segathon again. He tried to get that pass back there, but slipped through and didn't bother taking control of the goalie. So Byong kind of went behind there. He lost control of it, and now the Blackhawks are back the other way. They lose it. Here's Sanderson. He takes a slap shot there, and Belfour makes the save. Rutu gets dumped on his way out of the zone, and Larmer has picked it up. Now the Whalers trying to get something going here. They're down 3-0, and they needed to charge back into the game if they're going to try and find a way to win here in game 3. Cam Russell, there's my Halifax buddy. He's got the one-timer there, too. That just went wide of the net. So first period, 3-0 score, and kind of got to think that Segathon is rolling with this game here.
The Cam Russell substitution's working for him. He's got an assist. He's carried the puck up a lot.
So is that just simply for checking ability then? That's why he would have put him in, like guy on defense?
Yeah, I think so. Did you see who he who his other defenseman is. Did you keep in
I
Smith
think
or Chelios?
you took out Smith, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. We got a
Smith is pretty
highlight.
heavy.
Oh,
They
they
skipped
just
it.
gave the highlight. Ah,
Yeah, Smith is heavy, but he's he's a skill player in this.
gotcha. Okay, so Cam Russell would be a better choice then.
It's I think most people wouldn't put him in, but if you really want that checking ability, you take
Well,
him.
I like that he's in there because I can relate, being a Nova Scotia boy. So, okay, period number 2, and B. Young gets his first goal of the game with Pat Verbeek scoring, and he's now pulled within 2. So, looking forward to lots of brass bonanza through this game. Okay, here are the Blackhawks again, trying to regain that 3-goal lead. Young with the break. Here comes the slapper. Nice save there as Segathon took control of the goal to make that. He's got a breakaway. Oh, oh no! He shot it right over top of the net. We thought that one was going in, but oh, look at this. Young scores, and now it is 3-2. Verbeek has got his second goal of the game, and he is making a comeback here. This is a bit of a surprise. It's kind of too bad for Segathon that he didn't capitalize on that breakaway there, but that's what happens. You miss on one end, and the other end they come back and score. Here's another chance for B. Young. He puts it over to Sanderson, skating across. He's going to do the slap shot. There it is. That's kind of a tough angle to score from that area. Cam Russell getting it out of the zone, up to Larmer. Larmer cutting across, slap shot. Nice save there by Sean Burke. One-timer didn't quite make it through there. Young circling around, slap shot scores, and it's 3-3. Just like that, the tables have turned, and we are now in a tied game when everything early on looked like it was a Chicago runaway. But wow, what a turn of events. We are now 3-3 here in the second period. This is a game 3 in the championship round, second round. As mentioned, the winner is going to go on to play Angry Jay, but for those who don't know Angry Jay, I mean, you're probably not from the community then, because he's very well known in the community. He is, one of the best top 2 players in the world. He's won the World Championship twice, and he finished second to most recently. So it's going to be pretty hard to beat him, either one of these guys making it into that round. There's Segathon. He's bringing it up with Chicago again. There's a one-timer that just shot right on. Didn't have to do much there to make that save. Young trying to find his player in front of the net, but just kind of squeaked by there and made its way through. And score is still tied at 3. 16 seconds left here, remaining in the second period. One last rush, but oh, look at that. Roenick takes a dive, trying to draw a penalty in a game that doesn't have penalties. Go figure. 5 seconds is not going to matter anyway, so they're not going to bother changing players, so just let the time run out. We're going to head to the third period, tied at 3. Quite a change of events there, Smoz. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like 3 goals in a minute and a half. Tied up now. Brian unfazed, I guess, by that.
If you're down 3-0, are you ever thinking about that this game is over? You're always just like, you know what, I can come back pretty easy.
That early, you have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Although you got Belfour in that, it's tougher to deal with.
Right. Oh, are we going to get a highlight here? Winnipeg and Quebec? I love the highlights. Because it's always a cheesy goal. Oh, they didn't do it again. I'm going to have to talk to those guys and leave up that highlight for us. Florida, Tampa Bay. Will they let us do it? No. You guys are terrible. Third period underway. Cam Russell tried to dump it in. He gets crushed along the boards, and B. Young picks it back up there with Terry Yake. As now, I believe that's number 4. That's Adam Burt, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, or is that Weinrich?
4, I think. Must be Weinrich.
Might be Weinrich. I think Burt maybe might be 6. Here's pass up to Roenick there. Couldn't hit the back of his skates there, so he couldn't take it. And puck is floating in, but Hartford gets it back. He is circling around with Pat Verbeek. Passes it across, and that is dumped back down into his own end. But now he comes up with Zarley Zalapski, ZZ. The Whalers trying to see if they can get that 1-goal lead. And our favorite music is playing right now. I love it. Sean Burke puts a pass up to Sanderson. Young skating around with it. He kind of circles back there, trying to see if he can find more players, but ends up back in his own zone again. 2:20 remaining here in the third period, game 3, and it's tied at 3. Puck shot down the ice. Sean Burke picks it up, and B. Young decides to hold on to it. Any advantage for the offensive team in the end zone here?
If you can get a one-timer off the face-off, it's really hard to do. Guys like King Raph can do it. I don't know how to do it, but if you can do it, you just get a one-timer right off the face-off if you win it.
Not surprising that you would say King Raph in that mention there. So the reigning World King of 94 champion. 124 here, 3-3 between Hartford and Chicago. And Chicago is Segathon, Hartford is B. Young, and one of them is just trying to find a goal here to put this away. Segathon circling around with Uronic, takes a shot, and nice save there by Burke as the Hartford Wheelers bring it out. 30 seconds left here. Are we going to get a goal? He's coming in close, a shot, it's kind of an off angle there. That wasn't going to go in. Ronick tried to get it across, picked off, and the Whalers, one last chance, gets knocked away, and we are headed for overtime. Sudden death. This is great. In a third game, 3-3 tie, overtime, and you'll notice here it says 99 minutes, 59 seconds. That's because this is an edited ROM, and we just put it for a very long time of overtime so that we don't have to reset the game after the 10 minutes if it goes that long. And you know what, in most cases it doesn't. Very rare does it go past the 10 minutes of overtime, but there was one in this tournament where it went to 21 minutes that we heard. It was a 21-minute overtime. Okay, well, here we go. Game 3, B. Young wins the face-off. Coming in on the zone, circling around the net. Is he going to cut out front? No, he loses it. Ronick back the other way, trying to make his way through. He does. After around one check, two checks. Slap on it. It's his own player there. I don't know if that was going in or not, but it was close. Verbeek. And he gets decked, and he is out for the game. Pat Verbeek, this might be what Chicago needs, putting out a key player of the Whalers, and we're going to see who's going in here for Verbeek. He's moving Sanderson to center. Castles is coming in, which is probably expected. Almost a minute into this Game 3 overtime. Face-off in Chicago's zone. And Chicago wins the draw. Segathon has it now with Chelios. Circling around, he loses it out in front. There's a one-timer. Nice save by Belfour. Segathon had to take control of the goalie and take care of his own mistake. Nice save there. Nice recovery. And here's the draw. Whalers are in it again. There's the shot. Oh, and another big save by Segathon. He loses it again. Slap shot. Another big save by Segathon. In the overtime, he's going to hold on to it. He's just like, I've had enough of giving this puck away. Here we go again. Face off. Hartford wins it. They've got more pressure. And he scores! Oh, no. Well deserved for B. Young. He had lots of pressure in those last 30 seconds there. And just one more shot is all he needed to get by Belfour. 4-3. He will move on to play Angry J in the next round. Segathon is not eliminated. He's going to move down to the consolation round and continue his tournament from there. Wow, what a game that was. An amazing 3-0. He was down 3-0 a minute and a half in. Looked like Chicago was going to run away with it. But in the end, he came back and won it in overtime and will, like I said, move on to round 3 in the championship bracket.
Great patient comeback by Byong there. Got some stats here. I see Kevin, who let Segathon into this tournament? Well, I guess we just couldn't turn anyone away, even if they like NHL 95. These are some stats from the first 2 rounds of the championship side and the consolation side of the bracket. So King Raph has ranked all the teams from 1 to 26 here. So this puts them in order. You can see that someone took Anaheim. he knew that they weren't a good team, but he just wanted to play with his favorite team. That was Mike Gastongue. Looked like he was on. If you go on the Facebook, you can find his stream. Looked like he had some fun. Hartford actually won their opening round series. No surprise that Chicago, Detroit, 31 games played from those teams. And Pittsburgh, very popular with 28 games played, but Pittsburgh is, in the Sega game, not very good. They won 17.9% of their games, 5 out of 28. And I think going into the final 16 in both the championship bracket and the consolation bracket, there are no more Pittsburgh teams. So that's unfortunate for Mario here. Yeah, you can kind of see that the winning percentage goes down as you go down the list here, although Quebec did pretty well, 4 wins, 2 losses. And Detroit actually had a better win percentage than Chicago. Buffalo didn't have a great time. Let me start up the next game. This one is, well, Halifax will tell us in a second.
Okay, so we are going to show you another Game 3 from the second round in the championship bracket on the Sega side for the SoCHEL distancing tournament. This is a game between Evan and Buckle Peanut. Evan is using the Bruins, and Buckle Peanut is using the Chicago Blackhawks. And Peanut had won his first round series in a best of 3. Evan had a bye, and they're playing here, and he gets a goal right off the bat. Buckle Peanut with the Chicago Blackhawks is up 1-0. He won his first game against Evan by a score of 4-3, and then Evan put the mercy rule on him in game 2. It was 7-1. So maybe we'll see what happens here. And now that we're playing back in Boston, where he would have won that first game. Evan gets a shot there, and he scores with Cam Neely, and we're tied up at 1. And we're not even a minute into the game yet, so this might be a high-scoring affair. We'll see. Evan loses it there to Roenick, but he gets it back there. Sweeney shot, nice save by Eddie Belfour. The Blackhawks trying to pick it up there. Evan with Sweeney again. He's got it. Circling around. There's a shot. Scores and makes it 2-1. Sweeney from Neely, and he has regained the lead after he went down early on. So Evan here on the 2-1 lead, looking for more there. Nice save as Buckle Peanut took control of the goalie. There's a breakaway, and nothing doing there. Evan with Oates trying to weave his way in. Gets it over to Neely. They tried to get the one-timer back, but that didn't get through. Now this is Goulet. And Goulet sneaks that one in right in the corner. I did not ever see that before. Is that common to score from that angle?
I think the defenseman actually tipped it in.
He tipped it in. Okay, so that makes sense to me. Okay. Well, it's tied at 2 anyways, and it doesn't really matter because all that matters is what's on the score sheet. Sweeney for Evan. Taking this, trying to get the slap shot, couldn't do it. Now Roenick. Back the other way. Tried to get that shot, but he was in too deep. And now we have a breakaway. Oh, nice play there, and another nice save by Belfour to keep this game at 2. The Blackhawks get another one, and they score. It's 3-2 now. Roenick with 2 goals, and Eddie Belfour has got 2 assists in this game. Just over 1 minute here in the first period, 5 goals already. And I think we're probably going to be in for a bunch more. Evan with Neely, and he tries to go around. Oh, just couldn't quite get it there as it was enough for Belfour to get the toe on it. The Bruins get crushed there. Here's a long-timer coming on. Oh, he didn't really thought it was going right out in front there. It looked like a sure goal, but it didn't connect. Time runs out in the first period, 3-2, and Buckle Peanut has a 3-2 lead. And he won game 1 on the road, so things are looking okay for him now. He just shoots it down the ice there. This is going to be an icing call. And where's the body checking after the whistle? I want to see more of that. Doesn't look like that's been happening too much. Evan wins the draw. He has Sweeney with it. Here comes the shot. Scores! Ties it up 3-3. Buckle Peanut had taken control of the goalie out there. He did try to do the pad save, and it was just a tad bit late. But nice try there. Anyways, it's now knotted at 3. Evan with it, the one-timer cross. Didn't get to Oates, but Juno's picked it up. He shoots it. Couldn't get it through. Gets it back again. Circling around the corner. Goes out front, scores! 4-3 for Evan. And this has been a back-and-forth game the whole game. Boston with a 4-3 lead. And they're looking for Noir. Another shot there. Easy save for Belfour. Oh, he flicked it out. He almost knocked it off his defenseman. It didn't know it was net. And then he knocked the net off. Alafenti, for those that get that reference. Chicago, back the other way. As Roenick has it now. One-timer cross, scores! And Goulet has got his second goal of the game. It is tied at 4. And we aren't even halfway through the game yet. And we have 8 goals already. Larmer gets dumped out in front, and a couple more body checks there, and another nice goal there by Roenick as Chicago's taken the lead again. Wow, this has been back and forth all game. 3:02 left in the second. Chicago is up 5-4. They're looking for more, and they get it again. Oh no! Roenick with his 4th goal of the game, and he's up 6-4. Geez, we might see a couple of touchdowns here before this is over. Evan wins the faceoff for the Bruins. He gives it to Ray Bork, circling around, loses control of it, and Chicago is going to take it back the other way with Larmer. Larmer tries to get that one-timer out and hit off a Moog there. He kind of dove out, didn't cover it, but that's okay. The Bruins have it now. Juno takes the shot, doesn't get through, and Chicago has recovered, and he's just going to hold on to it there for a whistle. Too many Boston players around. With 1:42 left in the second. 6-4 Chicago here for Buckle Peanut. He has it with Roenick. Roenick puts it across to Goulet, and he was just too deep there for that one-timer to work. Evan with Oates. Tries the shot. That doesn't get through. Chicago back the other way. Here comes Larmer. And nice save there by Andy Moog. Evan didn't have to take control and let his goalie do the work for him. So nice play there. Oh, there was a nice one-timer. That just missed. Evan with another chance. He scores. It's 6-5. 2 goals by Juno. Oates has got his second assist of the game. Sweeney on that one too. And 32 seconds left. And Evan is back within 1. Looking for more here. He needs to try and tie this game. And we're still only in the second period. We already have 11 goals. 7 seconds left. A late shot there, and that is going to end the second period. Wow, what a game so far. 6-5 here. Are we going to check some game stats? Nope, looks like we're just going to go right into it. 1 period left. We are in game 3, and this is round 2 of the championship bracket. Evan and Buckle Peanut. Evan with Don Sweeney. Cutting it out front, the slap shot, and that didn't get through as Chicago picks it up with Goulet. Looks for the one-timer, and the one-timer, he didn't get it off there. He picked it up and just took a quick snapshot, but couldn't get it through. Roenick. He loses control of it. Evan picks it up with Juno. Gets it dumped right there in the neutral zone. Roenick back the other way, circling around the net. Trying to find a one-timer. He gets tied up in the corner as Neely has it. Evan with Neely, stick handling, back and forth, stops in the corner. Is he going to try and cut out in front? He does score, 6-6. And we have a tied game, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. And is this surprising to you? I don't think so. The way these two guys have played the whole game, it is just back and forth. I imagine they're white-knuckling their controllers right now. Don Sweeney for the Bruins with Evan over the line. I think a slap shot is coming here. No, he tried to get the one-timer, but missed his target there. Chicago with the one-timer. Oh, nice save by Andy Moog there. That was close. That would have been a nice goal, but it's still 6-6. Another chance here for Chicago. Larmer circling the shot. Saved by Andy Moog again, and he is going to try and find some room. He gets it out to Neely. Neely gets dumped in the middle of the center ice there. Puck back and forth, and it's down the ice as Belfour gets it out for his defenseman, and Chicago almost had a chance there, but they lose it. 1:20 left here in the third period. Buckle Peanut with Chicago. He's got Goulet. He's got a chance now. Oh, nice save by Andy Moog. Evan took control of the goalie there, did the two-pad stack and made a beauty save to keep this game at 6. Puck flipped up, and Eddie Belfour had to be on his game there. He skated over and got it. 25 seconds left. Is this going to be a chance here for the Bruins to score? 7-6. 15 seconds to go. And Oates has scored for the Bruins. I can't imagine what's going on in Evan's head right now. He must be going crazy. And Chicago just had a chance there. The game is over. Wow, what an amazing finish. Jeremy Roenick with the first star. Sweeney, he had the puck a lot in this game. 7-6, the final score. What an amazing game 3. Evan's going to move on to round 3, and Buckle Peanut will move on to the consolation bracket.
So, I've been forgetting to mention our sponsor, Amuka Esports. They've sponsored us with a $100 prize giveaway. They're giving away a limited edition gaming mouse. So thanks to Amuka. I have another game. So Evan just won that game. That was game 3 in that series. And I have his next series. That game moved him on to play against Beavish, and I will play that in a second.
A round 3 matchup. This is between Evan, who's using the Boston Bruins, and Beavish, who is using the Detroit Red Wings. And Evan had just won his last series in 3 games. This series here, we're showing you game 3, and the first game, Evan had won 5-4, and Beavish had won the second game 3-1. So game 3, the winner of this will move on to the round of 16 to play against Mike Gartner, 22. Evan starts off there, a nice hit with Adam Oates as he puts it over to Juno. Juno right in, and he circled it around with a backhander. Nice goal. Nice swing around goal by Juno. He spun it, and he just timed it perfectly with that two-pad stack from Chevelday as he was standing back up and the puck went in. Nice goal, 1-0. Evan coming back in again. Paul Coffey has it now for Beavish. He gets dumped there by Sweeney. That's Sweeney trying to bring it up ice. Oates has it. Adam Oates. And, he, again, almost snuck that one in there. Just got it right on the toast. Nice toast save there by Chevelday. So, Beavish gets dumped along the board. Sweeney with it for Evan. Evan circling around. Slap shot and save there. As Beavish back the other way with Fedorov. He takes a shot from far out there. Easy save for Moog. Evan back in again. And he scores. 2-0 here. Early on in the first period, and are we getting a timeout? Here we are getting a timeout. Wow, Beavish has said, you know what, I got to slow down the momentum here because got to try and do something. Now, as you're probably already aware, the timeout doesn't do a whole lot in this game without line changes as far as we're aware, so other than it's more of just a mental break, we'll call it. Evan, again, for another shot. Just sailed over top of the net there. And that almost made it 3-0. He picks it back up with Neely. Scores! 142. It's 3-0 here for the Bruins. 3-0 for Evan. Evan, the creator of NHL 94. So he you would want to think that he'd be favored in this game, but they split the first 2 games, so you just never know. Right now, he does have that early lead, 3-0. So Beavish needs to get rolling. Both of these guys are from the New York State area too, so a little bit of rivalry there. Wow, 4-0, and Evan is starting to run away with this here. 1:09 left in the first, and he is taking full control of this game. Beavish with the shot there from Eiserman and saved by Moog. Here comes Oates, looking for more. Might be trying to make it 5-0. Oh, he didn't quite get it there as Shovelday makes the save. 20 seconds left. Hoping just to try and get on the board here, perhaps, before the first period is over. One-timer, nice play, but a nice save there by Moog to keep that shutout going. And Smoz, if you're down 4-0, do you make any roster changes whatsoever?
If I'm Detroit, probably not. Maybe put in Dallas Drake instead of Fedorov. I don't know if you put in Lidstrom on defense. There he is. So.
Okay. Interesting. Well, anyways, no changes made in that period there. He's going to stick with the same roster for period number 2. And hopefully that'll be enough to get him back in the game. Nice save there by Shovelday as Beavish took control of the goalie and came across to make that one keep it a 4-0 game. Here comes Paul Coffey. Shot on Moog. Couldn't get through. And step back down the ice here. Not an icing, though, as Shovelday comes out and play it. Up to Eiserman. Oh, and he couldn't try. Didn't have enough time to get out in front of the net to get that shot off. Evan back the other way with the Bruins. He's got it with Oates. Looking for a one-timer. That one didn't get through. Picked it up again. But Beavish has it now. Beavish with Eiserman. Tries to slap. A quick slapper there. And saved by Moog. Evan held up at the blue line. Here comes the one-timer. Oh, and couldn't get it off. Couldn't get the shot off there, because that would have been probably a goal to make it 5-0. Bruins pick it back up again. Back the other way. And pass was kind of misplayed there, but the Bruins still have it. As Juno is in, and nice save by Shovelday. 1:38 remaining in the second, and it's 5-0 now. Oh my gosh. Oates with his second goal of the game. We are 1 goal away here from a mercy roll. Unless Detroit can get something going, this is going to be over quickly here. So here comes Eiserman. Nice save. And you know what? Leave it to Beavish to get that first goal and get himself back into the game. 5-1. If he can get a couple more here, who knows what can happen heading into the third period. 1 minute here with Cicerelli. Beavish has it. Looking for more. Trying to get at least another goal if he can. Something to carry a little bit more momentum into the third period. He's got it with Cicerelli. Here comes the chance. Loses control of it there. 16 seconds left in the second. And looks like we're going to head into the third period here with a 5-1 lead. But maybe that last goal there by Beavish might have sparked something. 4 goals is not insurmountable in 1 period. It can be done. Here comes Detroit, and he loses control of it there as Bruins pick it up. Evan with Don Sweeney. Puts it up to Neely. Neely has it. Here comes the slap shot. Saved by Shovelday. Another save by Shovelday there. Keep it a 5-1 game. Here come the wings. One-timer scores! And again, leave it to Beavish. Eiserman gets his second goal of the game. It's 5-2, and this is what he needed, an early goal in the third period. Bruins win the faceoff with Neely. Eiserman picks it up. He's held up there, and Bork kind of knocks it away from him. No, another spin-around play there, but that was saved by Shovelday. Here comes Beavish. Oh, there was a nice one-timer, nice save by Moog. 3:30 left here in the third period. A 3-goal lead for Evan. Cicerelli with it. Got the one-timer. Oh, that was so close. That would have been 5-3. He really needed that one. Trying to get his third goal. He needs to get one soon to make this, to get really back into it. It's 5-2. He scored the last 2. Here's another chance. Oh, let's try again. Beavis is getting his chances here in the third period. He just hasn't been able to capitalize. You know what? Decides to put a little bit of stick in Bork's face. Evan opts not to change his defenseman. I guess perhaps doesn't need to, and I'm assuming that Wesley probably went in to replace him, but we'll find out here shortly. Fedorov with it down the wing. There's the try to get it over to Yzerman, which is the play that's been working for him the last couple of goals here, but didn't quite work on that one. 1:33. Time is really winding down for him. He needs a goal quick here. Evan loses control. Beavish with it now. Tried that one timer and that didn't click for him. Evan gets it back up, but Coffey has it now. Coffey looking for the one-timer, scores. It's 5-3. He's making a game of it. Yzerman with the hat trick. It is not over yet. 1 minute to go in game 3. Will we see the comeback be complete? Shovel day. As Beavish is taking it in over the line, loses control, and there's 35 seconds now. And, you know, Evan's probably just going to try and tie it up as much as he can in that other end. 20 seconds. Oh, and a nice pickoff play there, which saved a breakaway. That is going to do it. A 5-3 win. Tried the quick shot there to get another goal, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. And so Evan will move on to play Mike Gartner, 22. Beavish is not out of it. He'll jump down to the consolation bracket and continue his tournament from there. So both players from New York. Great series, great game, great game 3 victory for Evan, who will see how his luck is against Mike Gartner, 22. I know that I'm pretty sure that they've played before in live tournaments, so we'll see how that one pans out.
So Evan won, moving on to the round of 16 there, and actually we will have Evan and Mike Gartner playing live just in a moment. I'll just make sure they're going to get the game going. The winner of this will go on to face the winner of Angry J and Chris O. Evan's going to be the home team in game 1. Boston is a little bit lower down on that team ranking list. I think this is an all New York matchup. So let me just try to find their game. Just waiting on the password for a moment. Well, I'm not sure why it's paused. Sounds like something went wrong. That's not an issue. We'll just join up in a second. So Chaos in the chat. Did Mike Gartner win? No, it was Schmidt who won the Long Island this year or last year, right? And I think Mike Gartner was the runner-up. All right. I think they're both connected now. Should be starting soon. So Boston has a pretty strong home ice advantage in this game in NHL 94. So we'll see if that will help them. Chicago is such a strong team with Roenick and Belfour, especially. But hopefully, well, you just want close games. You want this to go to 3 games. That's more fun than someone winning in 2. We're on the Evan train here after watching 2 of his previous games already. But of course, we're not picking favorites here. Mike Gartner, also good guy. Not too sure what we're waiting for here. Could be they're waiting for me. So I'll let them know. All right, here we go. Let's see what the line changes are. Smith coming out, looks like. Oh, Smith staying. Goulet out for Murphy. Perhaps just a minor upgrade. And Chelios out for Cam Russell. Cam Russell, lighter player. Better at checking in the Sega game due to the weight bug. Hi, Betico. So yeah, you can see the weight difference here. Don Sweeney, 172 pounds. Same with Roenick. 2 of the lighter players in the game. Helps them check. Joey Juno, also quite light. But Neely and Bork, 220 pounds. Very heavy. Being heavier also makes the players a little bit more sluggish. They're not quite as quick at accelerating. But the big shots of Neely and Bork, if used well, can make a big difference. Right there, couple shots, shots for each of them. Oates in the breakaway, the deke around Belfour. Gartner, I think he took Belfour out of the net to challenge, and Evan took advantage with the big deke around the goalie. Wasn't quite as close to the net. So there's a bit more of a gap around him. Here is Murphy. Nice pass, nice setup there to Larmer. And again, that's 2 goals in a row where the player took control of the goalie, moved him to challenge, and it unfortunately backfired for both of them. Here comes Evan. Walks out, and another goal. That's a goal every 30 seconds. Let's see if the instant replay is working. There it is. Here comes Mike Gartner again. Pass comes out. Trying to keep possession. Just playing it safe, especially with so many goals. You don't want to be running and gunning, because if you don't score, you might just get scored on and lose the advantage. Here it is again. Oh no. Belfour flies out of the net. So Russell out for Chelios. I didn't notice specifically if Russell screwed up there or bounced off a check. So Evan with a quick 3-1 lead over Mike Gartner 22. We have a few players in the tournament named after players. Mike Gartner 22, Bob Kudelski 26. Does anyone else know any that I'm missing? And Evan coming up through the middle. Patience with Juno. And he is gone for the period. Minute 23, he'll be back. Putting in Ruzichka, which is maybe more of a Super Nintendo move. When you've got, I think, Ted Donato, but Ruzichka's pretty good too. That's true. So SOH goes by Cam Neely on the forums. Actually, I think Mike Gartner signed up under the he named himself Mario Lemieux and confused us. Hashik39, also one of the players. So 3-1 nearing the end of the period. 3-1 lead for Evan in this first of possibly 3 games. Roenick, the pass shot goes into the corner. Oh, another injury. But 3 seconds on the plus side for Mike Gartner. There's no penalties because take it out for 3 seconds. It's not really worth it. Heading lines, getting rid of Ruzichka, putting Juno back in. I think Neely he's got on his like correct wing. I'm not sure if that's really a great move. Usually you want your, oh, what just happened? An actual wraparound. And Belfour, I think, I mean, he moved down to block it, but it was too late and ended up going off his pads and in. So Mike Gartner got some work. Nice passing here to create a breakaway for Roenick. Big save by Evan with Andy Moog. Here is Neely. I was looking for a big shot, but he didn't go for it. So yeah, what I was saying was probably for Neely, you want him on the left wing so that he has a better angle on his shot. And Murphy for Gartner. Loses the puck, but so let's make a good chance for a slap shot, but didn't take it. Juno, I think, set a record for rookie assists in this season with, I don't know if it was 70 assists or something like that. Roenick fires it past Moog. So that's back within 2 minutes to go in the second. For Mike Gartner, 22. Here is Sweeney. Oh, the holds. Oh, actually the hold allowed him to drift around Belfour. Puts in Jimmy Waite. So I don't know if that means Mike Gartner's given up on this game, because I don't think Jimmy Waite's going to help him. But he's got 3 goals back. He's got Roenick. It's always possible. Smith kind of misses the check. And 6-2 for Evan and the Bruins. Oates with 4 goals. I think a lot of people might move Oates out of center, but Evan's showing us that he can score with him. I suppose with Roenick at center, there's not a big reason to put a light guy like Juneau at center because he still can't check him. So you might as well put your best player, your most skilled player at center. Maybe that's the thinking. Coming down to the end of the second period here, 4-goal lead for Evan. Pass shot, hoping to catch Moog sleeping, but he got it. Actually dodging that Roenick check with Neely almost scoring. So, oh, but a nice shot there by Roenick. All my usual tips for Boston, Evan's going against them, but they're all working for him. It is all his modifications, or I guess staying with the usual the defaults is working great. That's 7-3 now. 4 minutes 11 to go. But it's a 3-game series, so Mike Gartner definitely can come back with a strong team like Chicago. Especially in the next game, he'll have home ice advantage. With Chicago, a very strong home ice advantage. But also, Boston has a strong home ice advantage, which has perhaps helped them here a bit. Although 4 goals doesn't seem like just a home ice advantage. Sweeney taken out. Larmer. I'm noticing my Gartner taking shots, almost like he's trying to do an EA special, the rebound goal. So Chaos saying, "Oh, this is good at C. Can pick up a lot of rebounds with his 100 offensive awareness rating." That's a good point. He's going to be in position a lot more, whereas Juneau maybe not so great at that. Here comes it's a 4-on-1, and he goes 5-hole. That's some confidence by Evan. 8-3. Minute and a half remaining. Jesus plays 2-2 says he was great in Goodfellas too. Is that Adam Oates? I'm missing something there. I don't think I've seen that movie. I have not. I just know that Cam Neely was in Dumb and Dumber. But a hat trick for Roenick. 36 seconds though. It's a bit late, but going in, you want to have a little bit of a momentum going into the next game. Evan passing a double pass there. Mike Gartner flips it down. He looks just like Ray Liotta. Okay. And all that was close. Sweeney rampaging. And Mike Gartner just chucks it down the ice. And that is a 8-4 win for Evan. I'm going to update the little series counters below their names. 1-0 series lead for Evan. I think Oates had 7 goals. I know that in the live tournaments, Boston against Winnipeg is one of the more common matchups. I think if you're home, you just have to take Boston. I don't know if they've paused or they are restarting the game. Can we check the game stats? I think the game has been left. I'll rejoin quickly. Don't show the password. That was a sad story, the controller. So in King of 94, the first one, KG Man one, Jesus Plays 2-on-2, sent in a controller, like a nice, I think it was a Sega Saturn controller, was it? For the winner. So KG Man had it, and he left it accidentally in a taxi cab and couldn't get it back. It was pretty sad. Yeah, that was a great experience. The 2015 tournament, finally meeting some of these people that I'd already known. We'd all known each other for about 10 years online. Finally meeting up. Some guys newer than 10 years, but also good new friends. KG Man, there's a lot of stories about his nap on the couch. So we were all exhausted, but at one point, KG Man found a couch in an area of the sports bar. Took a good nap, came back all refreshed, and managed to win it. So the slap shot 5-hole, opinions on that? Is that a move that you would normally try? Ray Bork with the big strong shot and accurate. Player one. I joined, but I think something is wrong. So I'm gonna exit. So the 5-hole slap shot is the Brutus special. I think was Hockey Fan also a big slap shot guy, or was that he hated getting that done to him? All right, what are the changes this time? Goulet coming out for Larmer to the left wing. Goulet is still there. No, it's going to be Murphy and Larmer. See Dirk Graham there. I was just watching the 90-91 series between Pittsburgh and Chicago. And Dirk Graham with the hat trick in the losing cause in Game 4, which is also the game where Hasek played, made a bunch of good saves, although in the end they still lost. I think he still let in 4 goals with, Lemieux having like 7 breakaways. Here comes Evan. This time the road team looking for the one-timer, stopped by Mike Gartner's goalie control. The pass, not successful. You kind of hope that if you're on a home team, you get those. But in that case, maybe a little bit of home team advantage in terms of knocking that puck off the stick and getting a breakaway. Nice backhand. So Mike Gardner with the lead this time. Another good possession here. Jesus Plays has not a chance that you can get the 5-hole slapper if it's released from the middle of the ice right after you cross the blue line. I didn't notice if Mike Gartner tried to get goalie control to block it. Because if the goalie goes into the 5-hole, the butterfly, it seems like there's more chance of it going in than if you just stand there with the goalie. So you want to cross the blue line just to minimize the amount of time that the player has to take control of the goalie? Or it's just generally, oh, Belfour's locked out, and he somehow shoots it in. Well, it's Cam Neely with, I think does he have 90 accuracy? So that's the guy you hope picks up the puck there. Moog to Bork. Is he going to try for the slap shot again? No, he goes in looking for, I think, a backhand deke or floater, but loses the puck. Caught fishing Seabass. And a goal. That was a nice interference play by the AI. The player in the crease, making a nice wide open net for Joe Murphy. So 2-1 for Mike Gartner. Looking for a Roenick chance. Trying to set up a give and go, perhaps. Evan coming in. Oh, flattened. So that is 2-1 after the first. Mike Gartner back in this. Chaos says it's a surprise. Crossing the blue line with the puck. The view is not on the goalie. Okay. And a long pass shot for some reason. Maybe just the pass was intended for the player. The no deke there did not work. Roenick flies through. And Smith taken down. Evan passes it up to Neely, dodges the check, spins, and far side shot. Mike Gartner with the stick tap, the nice goal. Going to pause and show that up and down. Just a nice goal. Guess need someone with a good shot for that 5-hole. Definitely. Belfour at home looks like caterpillar heads. He does have like a... Is his mask black? Oh, I missed that. So instant replay. Backhand shot by Alarmer. Mike Gartner with the lead again. But Evan, well, they're having trouble getting possession, anyone getting it into the zone. But Evan's got it, flips it on net. Oh, big hit there. Is that the AI Bork? AR Bork, he runs around and terrorizes people. Did you see him? He knocked someone over. He's going to come back here. There he is at the point. He is hilarious to watch because he just crushes everyone because he has 99 checking AI. It's all he wants to do, his modus operandi. That was strange. He actually was able to regain control of the CPU AI player. Almost the behind the goalie one-timer. Moog, Son strap now. Almost pushes the goalie in. That's the end of the second period. 3-2, Mike Gartner. 5 minutes away from tying the series. So we're getting a little bit of lag jumps. Here comes Evan with... Oh, they almost jammed it in their own net. Some defense here, patience defense, but the ring around shot, or the pass around the end boards. Evan slowing up, looking for his chance. Oh, almost, but the shot did not go where it needed to go. Evan circling back again. Oates held up. We saw a lot of holds in the Kars-Corbett game. Kars with a holding strategy, which really seemed to work, but that is tied up by Evan, 3-3, third period, 3 minutes 10 to go. And Evan with possession loses it. Mike Gardner was trying for the hold there, got the puck and dumped it down. The icing, was that an icing beaten out? I don't think there are any icings in this. Oates just bounces off that check and does not get quite the angle to get that floater shot in. Mike Gardner with possession, making space, trying to find Roenick, but Roenick is being blocked by the defense. Oh, he puts it to Murphy, almost gets that in. That is a good play. I guess he's done that a couple times now to try to get that. That was really, really close. That one-timer, almost, if that had gone through, that could have been the game. So we've got 3-3, 30 seconds to go. Some patience by Evan, but Bork gets taken down, can't get his shot off. Murphy, the pass shot, that was a good shot, but not quite close enough to the post, perhaps. And we're going to overtime. We've got 99 minutes and 59 seconds to go in this overtime. I get the feeling we won't use all of that. Evan with the shot. That wasn't going to work. And Mike Gardner with possession, stretching out the defense with a pass back and a pass forward. Here comes Evan. It's not a breakaway. Tries to surprise Belfour with the pass shot. And Gardner saw he was going to get checked, kept possession, passed it back. Chelios taken down. Flip shot blocked. Oh, that just went wide. Belfour. Oh no. That was amazing. That just missed, and then Belfour bounces it off his own player's skate and in. Juno for the overtime goal. And that's the series. That is a 2-0 series win for Evan off heartbreaking play there. Wow. That was crazy. Car says Belfour, fans on it. Let's see. Let's go back to the bracket here. So Evan's going to move on. And he's going to play the winner of Angry J and Chris O. Definitely GG's, good games. I'm still thinking about... Cat says Jimmy Waite wouldn't have done that. That's going to be etched in the mind for some time. So we've got some more pre-recorded games that Halifax announced last night. Let me check the next one. Next game's going to be Tess versus Limpin. And here it is.
Okay, another game 3. And this is a Detroit versus Detroit matchup, but we'll give it a little bit of international flavor and call it USA versus Sweden. So Tess will be the home team using Detroit, and he is from Pennsylvania in the United States, and Limpin from Sweden in playing this third game. Now, in the first game, Tess won 5-4. Limpin won the second game 6-5. And here we are in game 3. The winner will go on to play Ice Storm, and wow, 15 seconds into the game, Tess scores to make it 1-0. So this is a match to go to the round of 16 in the championship bracket. Tess with Iserman here as he looking for another one there. Gets dumped back down the ice, and he recovers with Shovel Day. We're going to hear a lot of Shovel Day and Shovel Day saves. There's a one-timer by Tess and didn't quite get through. Limping back the other way with Cicerelli. Nice save there by Tess and Shovelday. He's got it with Eiserman and didn't quite get it there. That shot is shot down and out of play. Face off in Limpin's zone. Face off won by Tess. Tess gets dumped in the corner. I noticed there that Limpin wasn't trying to use the mashing the button that they typically do when on a face-off, and perhaps he has a strategy to time it. So we'll see how that face-off strategy goes as we move along here. Limpin with it, with Eiserman. Gets that one-timer, and Tess read that pretty easily. Took control of the goalie there to come across and make that save. He has the one-timer. Limpin makes that save. He puts it up to Eiserman, who's going to break. Slap shot. Nice save there again by Tess as he came out to cut down the ankle. Limpin skates in behind, picks it up, trying to find one of his players, and yet gives it to Cicerelli. Tried a nice little backhand deke there, but didn't go. And tried another one. He's got it again. One-timer across, and he scores. 1-1 here in the second period, and you know Cicerelli got ripped off of assist there. So 1:30 to go here in the first period, and 1-1 between Limpin and Tess.
Liam asks,
Tess with it now.
hope this wasn't asked too long ago. May I jump in and ask for differences?
Limpin, as Tess came across there to make.
I'll get to that later.
Tess getting checked from behind. Tried the spin move, but Limpin didn't take control of the goalie there, so didn't need to do much on that save. 30 seconds here. Tess does the stutter step in behind, trying to find a pass. Loses control. And time is winding down here with a 1-1 game in game 3 of this round 3 in the Sega bracket. So you'll notice, so he is starting to use the face-off. I was wondering if he was going to try and time it, but perhaps that was just a one-off situation that we saw from before. Limpin puts it up with Cicerelli. Try and go for a deke. Here comes the one-timer. Make a save there. Tries it again. Oh, what a play by Tess. He got across there with Shovelday as the backhander didn't quite go in. So Limpin making the save there. This is quite an even matchup we have here in this game 2. Or game 3, rather. And there's might be a goalie gaff there, but either way, nice little play by Tess to make it 2-1. 3:48 remaining in the second period here. Tess with Cicerelli. Trying to weave his way in. He's doing good so far. Gives it to Eiserman. That shot was too far out. Another one-timer. And Limpin with the save. He comes up with Konstantinov. Gives it to Eiserman. And he's making some nice passing around here. Konstantinov to Lidstrom. As Tess comes back the other way for the wings, but he gets dumped. And here comes Limpin again. Here's a break. Scores! 2-2. 2:30 in the second period. The game is tied at 2 as Limpin with a nice deke there and just tucked it in to beat Shovelday. Limpin wins the face-off again. Here's Eiserman. One-timer. Didn't get through. Tess picks it back up with Eiserman as well. His shot, and nice save there by Limpin. Oh, he gave the I don't know if he lost control of it there or if he gave the puck right to him, but I'm sure that's one he wants to have back. 3-2 here for Tess in the second period with 2 minutes to go. Limpin with Eiserman circling around. Trying to get a nice move there, but Tess was kind of moving back and forth with Shovelday and managed to stay in front of that puck. Tess with Cicerelli. There's a shot there and easy save for Limpin. Trying to get a slap shot in there, but that didn't work. Limpin, he gets stumped into the bench. Now here's a chance for Tess. There's a shot. Oh, nice save by Shovelday again. Keep it 3-2. 40 seconds here in the second period. Here's Limpin. Tried to go for the backhander, but I don't actually think that made it through. Looked like the defenseman might have stopped that play. Tess with the shot. Limpin made the save. Tess again, circling around. He went right around Lidstrom there, and that is it for period number 2. It is 3-2 Tess. And again, they are in a 1-goal game, just like they were the first 2 games. One goal lead here for Tess in game number 3. Wins the face-off there with Eisenman. Loses control of it. Lippin back the other way with Cicerelli. He lost control of it, and Tess now has a chance. Eisenman, he has a chance right in front. Oh, nice save there by Chevrolet. I think he was in too deep to try and get that one through. And we got a face-off there. I'm assuming the goalie must have been out a bit too far. Lippin wins it there with Lidstrom. Oh, nice pass across there. Goal. Cicerelli makes it 4-2 for Tess, and 2-goal lead here in the third period. Lippin, he really needs to get another one here to come back in this game. Lippin with Cicerelli. Oh, nice tried the backhander there, but that didn't quite go. Tess puts it down the wing to Fedorov, to Eiserman. The one-timer, oh, and that one was a kind of a cheesy little floater, but you know what? It counts. It is now 5-2 with 3:20 left. Those ones hurt. Lippin needs to get a third goal here fast because he needs to get back into this game very quickly. Trying to apply some pressure here, but Tess has control with Coffey. Constantinov picks it up for Lippin. He gives it up to Cicerelli. And Slapshot scores, and it's 5 threes. He is back in it now. Only a 2-goal game. Cicerelli with his second goal of the game from Fedorov and Konstantinov, that Fab Five Russian pair for Detroit. Part of that Fab Five, I should say. 2 minutes to go here, 5-3, and Lippin needs to get another one quick if he wants to get back into this game. He has it with Konstantinov. Here's a chance with Cicerelli. Oh, he tried to cross the net there, but didn't quite work. 1:30 to go. Still a 2-goal lead for Tess, and he took a shot there. That one wide. Picks up his own rebound with Eiserman. Skating around. Is he killing time here? He might be. Lippin picks it up with Cicerelli. And he's in on a break. Here's a chance. Oh, you saw that backhander. But he lost control of it just before he had a chance to shoot. Looked like that would have been going in. 20 seconds left. Time is really winding down here. It looks like Tess is going to move on. Oh, one more chance. Scores for Lippin. 7 seconds left. There is a little bit of time to score. Is he going to pull his goalie? He elects to leave him in. That's a bit surprising. Wins the faceoff, and that will do it. And Tess is going to move on to play Ice Storm 70 in the round of 16. Lippin not out of it yet. Still going to keep that country pride alive for Sweden, and he's going to play in the consolation round moving forward. So that's it for game 3. 5-4 win for Tess. What a great series that was. 3 games that were all 1-goal games.
All right, we're back to live. A couple things that people have asked. Liam asked a couple things. How can you comment live? So some of the games that you're seeing are pre-recorded, and you might have either just missed or just caught the end of a previous game that was, in fact, live. We will also be doing a bunch of live games on this Saturday. Saturday is when we were doing the final 16 brackets of both the Sega. Sega is between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. And Super Nintendo is between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. And you also asked about what are the differences between 93, NHLPA 93, and 94. So a lot of the game is quite the same. Like they're based on the same code. The big differences are this game has manual goalie. So without manual goalie, NHLPA 93 is not a very good multiplayer game because there are just so many cases where if a guy gets in a certain place, you just can't stop him. Like if he's got a breakaway, what can you do? He's just going to go and score. Or that typical like skate out from the side of the net goal, you just can't stop it. So having manual goalie makes the game a lot more competitive. The one-timer is a big change that was added for 94. And actually, you can kind of tell that it was added because the one-timer has a few little bugs associated with it. One being that if you do a one-timer from an offside pass, the game doesn't call you offside. And I think, one-timers also don't count as completed passes. So a couple of funny bugs introduced by that. What else is different? The NHL94 cart, at least on Sega, had a memory chip, a little memory battery. So if you're playing a playoff series, you can just resume your game instead of having to write a code. You just start your game up again and go resume playoffs. What else changed? The really big visible change is you have the NHL teams. So it's NHL and NHLPA. We're finally both on board. And the downside of that is the reason that was possible was because they dropped fighting from the game. Because that was a thing that the NHL really didn't want to see in the game. Or, well, there was also stories where they were really mainly upset about the blood that was in NHLPA 93. And there might have been some kind of miscommunication where the NHL was saying, we don't want blood. And perhaps EA said, okay, they don't want fighting. So it was a little bit of, not entirely sure. It was probably the fighting, though. Here's... let me find this. Why isn't this working? I think Jesus and Chaos had asked about which teams weren't used. And I can bring that back in a moment. There we go. I got a text. Let me just check what that is. Yeah. So these are the teams that were used. And you can see that Winnipeg, Dallas, Edmonton, St. Louis, none of them were used. Washington. Liam says, thanks for splitting that. And yeah, so the team rankings here were made by King Raph. So I've got them ranked here: 1 Chicago, 2 Detroit, and so on. So you can kind of see that when people chose teams further down the list, they tended not to do as well. Like Toronto won 1 series out of 3. This is from the first 2 rounds of both the championship, or as I've written, the championship, and the consolation brackets. Let's fix that. A lot of people picked Pittsburgh, since this is the Mario Lemieux SoCHEL distancing tournament. But Pittsburgh is quite far down the list. And also, unfortunately, they got matched up against Chicago a whole bunch, especially in the first round. You can see Pittsburgh went 3-9. And actually, 7 of those games were matchups against Chicago. Chicago went 8-1. So, a bit of a strange scheduling, as a Toronto is Tirana. Yeah, so I was thinking, why did no one pick Winnipeg or Dallas? Those are pretty good teams, but I figure it's because basically those are Vancouver, but not as good. They're fast teams. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, probably because of the Mario Lemieux connection. And Byong chose Hartford, managed to win a series. Yeah, so I'm going to find the next game. I think this is our last game.
Game 3 in this second round series for Super Nintendo between Jodeci007 and Street Mage, who's using the Capitals. And I am a Vancouver Canucks fan myself, so I got out my jersey for this game and fully in support of Joe to see. I'm going to be biased the entire time. No, I'm just kidding. But it's game 3. Street Mage won the first one 8-2, and then Joda won the last one in a close one 7-6. So we'll see here how these two players do in this tournament here. Now, Joda was an early online player back in 2006. He won the initial first 2 Super Nintendo online leagues. So he was well known in the community. Then kind of got away from it for a while, and he's just been getting into it more recently. Nice play there as Street Mage takes control of the goalie and makes the save here early on in the first period. Street Mage competed in our King of 94 tournament in Toronto, and he has a 1-0 lead here in game 3. So a good start there for Street Mage using the Capitals against the Vancouver Canucks here in Super Nintendo version. Joda with it now. And I believe that's Gerald Diddick. Isn't number 4? I think so. Capitals back the other way. And he loses control with DeBure. He scores and he ties it 1-1 here in the first period. Burre from Courtnall and Linden. And Joda sees first goal, as Sean Connery would say, excellent work there, gentlemen. And that's the only impression that you're going to hear all the game. 2-1 with Washington Capitals. Street Mage gets one with Mike Ridley from Kevin Hatcher. And we're not even 2 minutes into the game. 2-1 the score here in game 3. The winner is going to move on to play against Bob Kadelsky, 26. Bob Kadelsky is one of the best players in Super Nintendo. He's finished second at a King of 94 tournament, and he's finished third as well, and coming within 1 goal of being a world champion. So it's going to be a very tough matchup. And Street Rage, wow, this is the 3rd goal from him from Kristich, and he is kind of rolling along here in period number 1. Both of these players very skilled in this game, and you're going to see, I think, quite a few more goals as we move along here. 8-2 the first game, 7-6 the last game, and doesn't seem to be changing this game as well. Street Mage with the Capitals. As he's come back, he does a stutter step with Kristich, and Kristich's got that. He's got that high accuracy shot. It's nice to. I sometimes like to put him at center, but he's got him on the wing now. Ridley gets dumped with Linden. Linden to Burre. One-timer scores, and that's, you saw that one develop. Street Mage did take control of the goalie there. 3-2. Nice play, and we're only a 1-goal difference now. Street Mage with Ridley back the other way. Oh, and that one went off the post. Almost made it 4-2. Burre gets dumped, but he gets back up right away. And if you're not familiar with the Super Nintendo game, you can press that Y button and pop your guy back up right immediately to have him stand right up right away. So what he's actually doing there is he's going into a hold move, but it is a fast way to get your player after he's been knocked down back into play. So 3-2 here, heading into the second period for Street Mage. Street Mage is from Toronto, Ontario, I believe. At least certainly from the Ontario GTA area. And Joda is from Montreal, Quebec. So 2 Canadians playing in this game 3. Joda with it, with Courtnall. He couldn't get it through there. Tried to do the backhander with Lume, and that didn't work either, as Beaupre puts it up to Kristich. Kristich with the one-timer, he gets dumped as Joda had saw that one-timer develop. And there's a goal from Paolo Burre, 3-3 here in the second period. Down 3-1, Joda never feels like he's out of it, and he has managed to claw his way back and tie this game here in the second period. Street Mage winning the faceoff. There's a one-timer to Ridley, and he scores. He comes right back and says, you know what, you do it to me, I'm going to do it to you. 4-3 as he takes the lead here in the second period. 3:38 remaining. Joda wins the faceoff. He's looking for more. Is it going to be a 4th goal? Not quite. Now Ridley gets dumped by Linden, and Linden's a good player to put in here. You've replaced Ronning with Linden. That's the change that you want to make with the Canucks when you can. So Street Mage picks it up with Ridley. The one-timer across the Bondra, and he couldn't quite get it. As Jonah tried to jam it on the side there, it didn't quite go for him, and it's still 4-3.
Just going to pause that. We've got a live game here between Charlesworth and T-Dubs. Right now they're just doing a test period just to make sure the connection is okay. And it's going to be game 3. I think that looks like it's seems like it's an okay connection. We also might be able to have So and Kars, or it might be over already. Just trying to coordinate this. Skunk Hunter asks, how can we watch the matches? Is there a spot other than live? So you can definitely watch pre-recorded. Like if you go on Twitch, you can go to the videos and there will be recorded ones, previous streams. Just talking with Charlesworth right now. And probably at some point we'll put the games or some of the highlights onto YouTube. Okay. Just going to try to, I mean, they're going to restart their game because that test seems successful. Sure to hide. Oh, that's not working. At least obscure the password. Oh, I chose player 1. That's probably a bad sign. Although it worked fine last time. So they're just getting ready here. They're going to just distribute the link. In this matchup, I'm going to get that text and logos correct. It's going to be Charlesworth as Montreal. The series is tied 1-1. And this is a consolation round of 16 game. Against T-Dubs, who is Chicago. And this is no longer pre-recorded. All right, looks like we are ready to go. Lineup edits. Goulet's coming out for Larmer on the left wing and Murphy on the right wing. So it seems like tonight Murphy is the man for Chicago, not Christian Ruutu. Montreal putting LeBeau in. LeBeau is, oh no, maybe not. Okay, LeBeau center. Donfus and Savard. That's probably the lineup I would usually go with. Daigneault on D. All right, they are about to start. Sorry for the delay there. Jesus says, too many people sleep on Gary Leeman. Yeah, when I saw, I think it was you had put Gary Leeman, and I was like, who is 26? I don't even know. Even though he was just a few years removed from 50 goals with the Leafs. So we've got T-Dubs with Chicago in the consolation bracket, round of 16. These guys are playing to a single elimination bracket now. There will be a prize for the winner of the consolation bracket. Good save, but a little bit overshot. They did say that the connection on their end was a little bit laggy. It looks fine for me, but unfortunately on their end they're having some issues. But that is a 1-0 lead for Charlesworth. Charlesworth had the misfortune of matching up against Angry Jay in round 2, and that is why he is here in the consolation bracket. But that is Joe Murphy for T-Dubs. Kars says Lehman Party was a stud in GDL. Don't Google that. Up the ice there. I like LeBeau at center. He just seems to have an AI where good things happen to him. Not even the AI, like just the puck bounces for him somehow favorably. Savard behind the net, circling. Here is Schneider, the floater. beats Balfour. I think Schneider has a... maybe it's not a decent shot. He has good agility for a defenseman. Charles liking the behind the net plays here, but T-Dubs catching on, crushes him with Larmer. Larmer's being chased down, manages to get away, loses the puck, can't get that walk across or perhaps a one-timer pass. And open net, there it is. There is LeBeau's AI following up, picking up that puck and scoring. T-Dubs pulled back to within 1, 3-2, 8 seconds to go. 5 goals in the first period. If they keep it up, we could possibly see a 10-goal game by one of them. Pause. Let's see what this is about. As said in the chat, we might have quarterfinal matchup coming up in a moment, live, after this game. Daigneault manages to get Belfour to bite, scores 4-2 for Charlesworth. And Charlesworth eliminated Byong, who I was sure that we had streamed one of his games at some point. He was Hartford. And he won the series we saw, I believe. I think he beat Segathon. Segathon, not Segathong. And Byong. And here comes Charles, circling, keeping possession, trying to find a chance. And the one-timer to LeBeau. LeBeau with the 90 accuracy. A little bit of a weak shot. I think his shot is 64 power, but 90 accuracy. He managed to redirect that past Belfour. Halfway through this game, 3-goal lead for Charles. Big shot, but big glove by Rowan or by Patrick Waugh, but can't handle that walk across. 2 goals for Rowan. Chicago trailing by 2, second period. Daigneault stretches out the defense, passes it up, but it goes to Steve Smith. Larmer, and he slides it under the elbow of Patrick Waugh. Back to within 1 goal. This is game 3. See Angry J now following. Intercepted by Chelios, but lost to Savard. LeBeau loses it to Larmer. Oh, and Murphy gets crushed. Charles coming in, so Savard, very good agility, finds LeBeau. LeBeau, you can see the shot is not very hard, but it's very well placed. Hat trick for LeBeau. At least 2 of them on one-timers. That is nearing the end of the second period. Charles goes back into his zone, resets, dodges 2 players, passing, and 1 too many passes there. Retreats on defense, but Savard picks it up, passes it across, does not go to LeBeau, and Belfour goes for a walk. 1 second to go. Just kind of hoping to see a big check from Rowan off the faceoff. Angry J saying LeBeau must be hot if he can dummy Belfour from that range. And possibly Belfour a little bit cold if he's given up 6. T-Dubs coming in. Oh, hits the post, gets blocked, goes back the other way. But the accuracy not quite there, hits the post. LeBeau, one man to beat, but it's Roenick. He does it. He circles, nice save by T-Dubs with the manual goalie. And Roenick gets Charles to bite, flips it into the back the way he just came from. Here is Schneider. He's already got a goal. Big shot. Cannot beat Belfour this time. Last time it was a floater goal, a floater shot. Tricks the goalie more consistently than a shot like that with Schneider's quality of shot. So Charles up by 1. LeBeau in. Can't get around. I think Belfour would have had that, but also the defenseman took him out. ADP NYC says nasty move indeed. Savard picks it up, circling back, playing it safe. Gets into the zone. I think Donfus upside down there. That one time doesn't work. And Savard trying to figure out which way to go, loses it to Chelios. Can he tie it up? Can we go to overtime in game 3? Roenick can't quite knock him over. Charles behind the net again with Savard. Joe Murphy takes him down. Roenick, he's in. Can he flip it? He scores 6-6. Minutes to go. Game 3. Here comes T-Dubs, taken out by Savard. Savard shrugging off the checks. Here comes Roenick. Oh, he loses it. 30 seconds to go. Charles reloading behind the net, coming out. Pass to Savard. Making space, probably looking for LeBeau. Can't hold on to it. 3 seconds left. We are going to overtime. They're taking a bit of a break, probably the nerves going, adrenaline. If you haven't played NHL 94 online, your first like 10 games are just etched into your memory. It's so much adrenaline. Pass over to Savard. Oh, big shot by Daigneault. And Belfour flips it into the crowd. Roenick, he fights off the check. Nope, he does not. He gets knocked down. And Donfus hasn't done much this game, but no, he's taken down. We're knocked. Oh, he stayed up. He's in close. Oh, the pass too quick for Savard to handle. Roenick, big shot. Belfour or Raw was down, but he's reloading. Nope, he went for Deke instead of the shot. The one-timer was there, but he didn't get it. The puck was actually behind him with Savard, but knocked off. Savard takes out Murphy. Charles coming in, stopping up at the line. Coming out, making some space. Nope, there were 4 Hawks there waiting for him. No, he's eluded them. And a great save by T-Dubs, because that deke was gonna work. Great save. Keeps the Hawks alive. Keeps them in the consolation bracket. Oh, this time he manages to get Belfour to go down early. Puts it in. LeBeau with the 4th. That is Charlesworth with the win in game 3. 7-6. Lots of goals. Took them even a while to get that last goal, though, making it exciting for us. And we're looking to see if we have a game here, a quarterfinal game. I'm not sure. Haven't seen a reply in a little while here. Might be too late on that. They were a bit eager to play. You might be able to see the game stats. Here we go, game stats. So Montreal, 16 shots. Chicago actually scored on 50% of their shots. Let's see, one-timers. Chicago with Roenick, no one-timers. That is maybe not using your best weapon. Attack zone, Montreal. Charles with very zone time oriented approach. And a lot more passes than T-Dubs. T-Dubs kept it close and just barely. Oh, look at the face-off difference. That is 11 possessions. That really cuts into your chances. Because, I mean, if you can score on 50% of your shots, but you're starting without the puck not very often, that I would say was the big difference maker. Let's check out the player stats. LeBeau, 4 goals, and Savard, 3 assists. Danfus also 3 assists. And both defensemen with goals. Savard with most of the shots, but LeBeau, 100% shooting. Switch teams here. Roenick, 7 shots, 4 goals. Larmer and Murphy with the other goals. Period stats, Montreal really shut it down in the, or no, Chicago shut it down in the third, but they needed that fourth period. The crowd, 105. So I'm thinking that game is not happening. Still trying to get this game, but I don't know, actually. Well, I'll try the other person. He started playing a different game, so... I'll bring up again the nope, wrong scene. Okay, so the word is they're going to play tomorrow instead. So it is 11 o'clock here. I'm going to shut it down. Thanks for tuning in. It's fun doing this. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. But tomorrow's going to be a more Super Nintendo heavy day. I think we played part of a Super Nintendo game tonight, accidentally, really. So come back tomorrow for a bunch of Super Nintendo games. And we should have a live game at 9:30 with Bob Kudelski. That'll be a round of 16 game, I think. So see you then. Thanks, guys.